Hey, what's the guys? Your boy Poppy 7 Up. We got a reaction video called "I Got Pregnant in Elementary School." I don't know how horny you gotta be getting pregnant. Like, I was a horny kid in elementary school, but I wasn't getting pregnant. Maybe because I didn't know what I was doing. But well, that's probably why they got pregnant. But if you like this reaction, like, subscribe, turn notifications on. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck am I? There's something wrong with me. But hey, let's get into this.
When I was still in elementary school, I grew up in this really small island. We had few neighbors, and children didn't get to go to public school. To study, I would have to travel many miles every day, and my parents couldn't afford it. My mom and dad wanted a better future for me, and they began saving up every penny they earned. It was a hard time because we had little to eat, and my parents worked almost all day long. I had to help out a lot around the house,
No one
even
cares.
if I was really young.
Get to the fucking
I can't
story.
thank my parents enough for
I
everything they
don't
did for
care.
me, and I know I
Get to the-
disappointed them by
Oh,
getting
damn.
pregnant when I was so young. I hope I can make it up to them and repay them for all their effort and love. When
Get to
I
the
was
story.
9 years old, they managed to save up enough money to move to America. I knew a little English, but it was hard starting from scratch. I had a lot to learn, and I had never gone to school at all before arriving to the USA. Everything was new to me. Growing up in such a small island, I wasn't used to the busy streets or being surrounded by lots of people. I wasn't used to the fast-paced life of the city either. It was all so foreign and odd to me. What was worse, I was older than my classmates when my mom and dad finally managed to get me enrolled in a public school. I was really eager to learn though, so I studied hard and paid attention to my teachers. I did my homework every evening and practiced speaking and writing in English. Dad worked 2 jobs, and that allowed Mom to take care of me when I wasn't at school.
Fuck.
That was also a big change, because they usually didn't have enough time to be around me often.
Man, I swear to God, I don't want to hear none of this bitch. I just want to get to this damn story.
I was really happy about
I don't
this.
care about
I was
your
a kid
family.
and really needed my mom to be by my side. She helped me with my homework and motivated me to be responsible. I became a great student, and my teachers considered allowing me to skip a grade. Since I didn't have any previous education, they decided against it, even if it meant I was older than my classmates and I showed promise. Perhaps, they told me, I would be able to skip a grade or 2 when I reached high school. 6th grade arrived, and everything was going well. My parents had both managed to get far better jobs. Dad was able to be home every night, and we were living in a nice apartment in a better neighborhood. My life was a lot better than it had ever been at the island.
God.
I had friends, I was studying, we lived in a nice place.
I don't care.
Mom and Dad could actually spend time
Get
with
to
me,
the
and we
story.
this guy named Brad. I fell in love with him immediately. My parents allowed us to date because it seemed like it was so innocent.
Wait. This is elementary, right? She's in elementary, right? Yeah, the story said elementary, but your parents let you date when you're 9 years old? Damn! The fuck did I just do?
After all, we were both still so young. We spent a lot of time together. It was so much fun, and I loved kissing him. We were foolish and really young. One night, while my mom was working overtime, we stayed home alone. We began having too much fun, and one thing...
Dang, y'all fucking wanted your shirt on? Like, this nigga fucking with the shirt on. He's like, let me keep the shirt on, you know what I'm saying? Damn. Bro, these niggas horny. I swear to God. And then people get mad because I was horny. Like, you used to be fucking no girl not aged 9 years old. I think
led
she
to
is.
another. At first, I didn't notice anything was different. A few weeks passed by, and I began getting sick in the mornings. Mom got concerned, but since I felt better after a while, she brushed it off as the flu. I didn't want her to be concerned, so I pretended I didn't feel queasy most mornings. I kept
That nigga
going to
nutted,
school
buddy.
and studying as normal, but things kept getting weird. My stomach began swelling up, and by then I knew that something was wrong. I talked to Brad first, and we figured out I was pregnant. I completely
that
freaked
from?
out and didn't want to tell my parents anything about it, but there
I'll
wasn't
kill you.
anything else I could do. That night, I blurted the news out in the middle of dinner. I was too upset to try and calmly explain it to them. My parents were incredibly mad. They scolded me for hours and
I
couldn't
would too, like, you stinking ass bitch. What the fuck you doing? Fucking niggas. I told you, wife, you're supposed to tell this bitch to not date this nigga. But you allowed it happen.
I couldn't
Fuck.
believe I could have gotten pregnant since I was so young.
Stupid.
They took me to the doctor and wanted to confirm if it was true. After a quick echography and a blood test, it was confirmed. I was expecting a baby.
A baby.
The doctor told them I was over 4 months pregnant, so there was no other choice but to keep the baby. When we got back to our home, my mom and dad started arguing.
So
Dad said I was
fucking
ruining
fault.
my life, and Mom said that they needed to support me. I was their daughter, and even if I had messed up, they couldn't turn their back on me.
Man, shut the fuck up. I'll knock your ass out. I thought someone was behind me.
They called Brad's parents,
Sucking
and the four of
dick
them
when
met
9
up.
years old.
Brad and I were terrified, and all the adults were
Why do these niggas look the same? Like, these literally brothers right here. Even the moms a little bit. What the fuck is going on? Alabama niggas?
furious. They explained that they would support us, but that the baby would be our responsibility. We would have to keep studying, and when we arrived home from school, we'd take care of our son or daughter. We agreed immediately, of course, not only because it was the right thing to do, but because we were both terrified of our parents' anger. I continued studying all through my pregnancy. I was very lucky since both my parents and Brad's mom and dad really were there for us every step of the way. Against all odds, Brad and I continued dating all
Oh
through
my
high
god,
school.
no one cares.
When we graduated, we moved in together with our daughter, Lucy. We have a great relationship and get along so well with all four of my daughter's grandparents. We are a happy family and are doing great.
That's
We
an
both
ugly-ass
have good
baby.
jobs and plan on having more children in a few years.
Hell no.
Sometimes people think that I'm Lucy's sister instead of her mom, but we don't mind. We worked really hard to raise her well, and we will continue to try and give her the best life possible. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. I'm not gonna react to the story because that's just too motherfucking long. What's this? Oh, I'm gonna have to react
Subscribe
to
and
this.
check out the other video.
Shut
7th
up.
grade when I met Ken. He was what all the girls fawned over every day for the whole
This nigga yet you like? This nigga. I ain't watching no more. Thanks for watching. That nigga ugly. I don't know how the girls be going on his ass. Well, what am I saying? They're all ugly. But thanks for watching, and I see y'all niggas in the next vid.